Hello, my fellow hunters. Today we hunt deviants.
My name is Connor. I'm the android sent by Cyberlife.
No, not the monsters. What deviant? Shut up. Deviants, then, of which there are a mere 18, are truly special experiences, each and every one. Arguably the very best hunts Monster Hunter has to offer. Well, full stop. A deviant, then, is a member of a species that through freak accident, old age, mutation, a fateful encounter with hunter or fellow beast, and a myriad of other ways, has changed, become unique, acquiring new skills and powers that even some elder dragons cannot match. So, for example, if you take for the humans a Cotton.
Hi there, I'm Cotton.
And then, through a twist of fortune, he falls in love with a Dodo Gamma. And then becomes Cotton Gamma. So, to defend his love, he's got stronger and why the blush though? Okay, this broke down. The point is, they are unique, pure, fucking incredible versions of existing monsters that just turn it up to 11. And these are my 5 favourite ones that I cannot wait to see you all experience, whether for the first time or once again in Generations Ultimate. So, at number 5, remember Azuros, our little bluey bear that just wants to be left alone and eat honey. He's innocent. He just kinda lets you murder him, asking why. Well, he got himself a deviant form, the Red Helm Azuros, and this is a whole different stream of fish, because he hunts fish in like a kettle of, like the expression, but it was tailored to the monster. Either way, the Red Helm, then, is much older, more experienced than a normal Azuros, and the guild is not sure if the red colouring comes from natural progression and growth with age, or the blood of his enemies dried upon his body. You can decide for yourself which one's more appealing, but his spikes and scales thicken, his fur grows denser and bristlier, he grows in size, dwarfing his normal cousins, and the strength that comes with it is immense. No longer a pushover, he can deliver thunderous blow upon blow, sending quaking cracks through the ground.
For the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities, forget about your worries and your strife.
His blows so fast and strong, the air they create can knock someone to the ground. Yeah, but by far and away his most impressive attack, then, is his uppercut, winding it up, pausing just a moment, and then punch! It packs a right wallop, sending you flying, screaming in pain, and it's so much fun. If he uses it in the water, it actually gets fish. Is that not magnificent? And then afterwards, when he fucks off, you can pick up the fish he caught for you. What a red darling! And the reason I love him, right, because the fight itself, it's fun, but it's nothing super special. It's just that he exists. Azuros is so innocent, and I love him, and people murder him and then forget. So in Red Helm, he comes back for a little bit of vengeance, and gets to dunk on some inexperienced hunters who think, I'll just go and fight a deviant, that'll be fine.
A few moments later.
It was not fine. I need serious medical aid. And I can get behind that. Now, the next one then, for me, is Silverwind Nargacuga at 4. Now, look, this is my list of my personal preferences, right? And objectively speaking, there are, for want of a better word, cooler deviants. In fact, Solcia Mizitsune so nearly got this spot. A blind, battle-scarred Mizitsune that sees the world through bubble vibrations, painting a web around it. That is fucking awesome. Having almost telekinetic control of bubble blasting, bursting, beautiful fun. Yeah, but I love Nargacuga too much as a monster. He is in my top 5 comfortably. The perfect jungle predator, silent, deadly, the assassin in the shadow. And his deviant, the Silverwind, is just magnificent. And it's a very simple deviant, but damn is it effective. An already supremely dangerous creature, tempered with age and experience, finally honed its body into death-made flesh. And, well, let me just read you its official description, okay? White streaks like polish on a blade, flashes from a tail that cleave the earth, sunder rock, and split the sky. The Silverwind summons a gale that slices. The careless fool is unaware until his head falls cleanly from his shoulders. I mean, at that point, honestly, I think we all need a break to go get some tissues. But seriously, right? It's like all deviants.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
But on top of the beautiful, subtle new colouring, it can
Whip crack with his trumpet tail.
and send blades of air arcing through the sky, slicing boulders apart, not to mention hunters and their oh-so-flimsy armor. It can also launch volleys of its tail spikes with such precision that they end up being artillery-esque bombardments. It causes bleeding, 1,000 cuts across your body to get racked with this master's slicing vortex. It is agile, it is powerful, and it has killed you before you've even realized it's there. Silverwind is just beautiful and a worthy step up from normal Nargacuga. And we'll move on to number 3. This one, then, is for the crabs! And the one in question, then, today is the Shogun Senator, a blue beauty. He travels around in a Gravios shell. A true hermit crab is his base inspiration. The Gravios, then, a rock-encased, giant lava-dwelling wyvern that can fire pure beams of flaming fury. It's the whole of the conversation, but it wears the skull of one of those, and indeed it can fire and propel its own jet stream of water out what would be the mouth from its back, and it can do this while crawling along walls and ceilings, and it's really a unique experience, coupled with long scything claws that are sharp, that they're sharp. The point is, it can dig, and it's got the jittery crustacean movements, and I really, really enjoy it. But the Deviant, then, so you know Glavenus, right? Mr. 1,000-degree knife tail. He grinds the edge of his living sword in his 4 fangs, sharpening it to a razor-honed cutting blade. Well, a huge one of them died, and a Senator found its skull and went, I'm having that, and he squirreled it away to a little hidey hole under the ground. He didn't give up his Gravios skull, but instead he added to his collection. And when shit hits the proverbial fan, he digs down and essentially suits up, rising back to the surface now adorned with one just fucking fucking cool looking bit of attire. Look at it, with the blue stained colour to match his shell.
Hey, I want to see. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Bye.
Oh, is the only appropriate reaction to seeing that for the first time. Just a solid oh. And what he does is grinds his claws as if they were a glavonous tail through the dead mouth parts of the glavonous skull, sharpening them to an edge that was never before thought possible. And this has become this Scimitar's new addiction. In fact, he is called the Rust Razor Scimitar because he has ground and sharpened his claws so much that they have begun to rust if he doesn't keep it up. It's like an addiction. Gotta grind my arms. Oh my, I gotta grind my arms. Oh, I need to grind my arms. And while fighting him, he will spark them and grind them together behind him before launching an onslaught of bladed attacks that absolutely decimate, leaving you pouring with blood and begging for mama. And it is just wonderful to see. It's a simple little concept, right? But it works so well. This giant crab taking on the grinding blade trait of the glavonous via its dead skull to make a pair of the already deadliest claws in Monster Hunter even deadlier, and then using them with some ridiculously new over-the-top moves that just make you sit back and want to watch from behind a very far away pair of binoculars. So, yeah, the Rust Razor Scimitar, absolutely brutal in its execution, but done so well. And he can swap back to his Gravios shell as well for a bit of water fun, and yeah, that's also a nice little twist on the fight. Number 2 then, one of the most graceful, beautiful, and unique creatures in all of Monster Hunter, based on an animal I dearly love, Malfestio. The owl with a bag of tricks so deep Mary Poppins is foaming at the mouth. So how could this majestic creature get any better? Well, it can now, in deviant form, go invisible. A shimmering display of beautiful starlight hides its intention as it melds into the forest shade. Light now refracting off its glimmering feathers and scales. It drops from sight, appearing behind you in a moment's notice, raking with talon and beak, and stealing health items just for fun. Larger and more vibrant than its brethren, crimson red rings and a demonic glower. This is the Night Cloak, and it is always on watch. More powerful and fast by far than its fellows, able to come careening at you and send you cascading away, ragdolled through the air. Like all Malfestios, it can break down one of its feathers, shred them, and send the particles blasting at you with wing flaps, and if these should connect, sleep be your destiny, firing this beam-like apparition from stealth. It can also do the same thing with its scale, inflicting confusion, gripping your mind. Left becomes right, and up becomes down. It can land in a... I love that! Like, look at the... Boom! What's his body doing? Creating a great cloud of the stuff. But look, it is elegant, graceful, simply beautiful, and has so many fun little extras as part of its toolkit. It is a captivating creature, and I am quite simply enamored with it. I love the Night Cloak Malfestio. I love owls. They are absolutely the best bird of prey. The best bird. They can fly silently and hunt with such precision. Alright? Eagles can go fuck off. And we have a monstrous version that's then made even better with a larger frame, more vibrant colours, more creative attacks, and the ability to go invisible while looking fucking beautiful. I want one! A miniature one that's safe, but I want one! So what could be better than this? Well, it might be the obvious choice. It might be. But it's number one, Bloodbath Diablos. How could it not be? The king of the Deviants. A monster that makes most elder dragons quake in their little dragon booties. He was born of anger. Forged in anger. When he was young, an encounter with a hunter left his horn, well, shattered, and it grew back, well, let's just say, not quite how it should. But the resentment from this encounter, oh, it built and built and built, and turned this young Diablos into a murder machine, fighting with a absolute relentless cruelty anything and everyone it crosses, monster and hunter alike, bathing in the blood of its enemies, a regular habit and the source of its name. The blue hue across its shell, dried on ichor of life, drenched from fallen foe. It prides itself on being the best in the business, and its business is pain.
Now that's a lot of damage!
It will roam, searching, seeking hunters, and will go out of its way to hunt them down with extreme violence, pounding them into the ground, turning them to mush, their armor cracking under the sheer colossal strength of the Bloodbath Diablos. When pushed a little bit in glorious battle, its blood boiling and roiling temperature rises. It quite literally sees red. The fury grips it as its body temperature skyrockets to dangerous levels, heating its shell to the point that the dried-on blood starts to evaporate and steam, creating explosive gouts of scalding air billowing from it as it bursts from the ground into the air, spiraling in the sunlight before crashing back down with apocalyptic force into its target. There is no fancy tricks here, there is no element, no mysterious power. It is simply just indomitable, using physical prowess to bulldoze through everything that crosses its path. On pure physical strength alone, it is one of the most feared entities to ever walk the land. The speed to match as it employs charges, twists and turns with an expert control that seems almost impossible. Bloodbath Diablos then embodies the Deviant in every single way. He is titanic. An insane challenge to fight, a monster that many people already find obnoxiously difficult, or at least annoying, turned up not to 11, turned up to the point the fucking dial came off in your hands, and no one's bothered to fix it since. He is just colossal, and while I don't want to be anywhere near him, I sure do appreciate him. A desert legend tells of the brave armies sent out against the unimaginable cruelties that besieged their cities and nations. None of them returned alive, and only the sands remained as witnesses of their efforts. This story has no hero or happy ending, only the wyvern known as Bloodbath. Be careful, then, hunters all, what you leave alive. So that's the Bloodbath Diablos, and I cannot deny I love him. His veins glowing through, the eviscerator of health bars himself. Aha! Alright, team, that is my 5 favourite deviants then, and I hope you very much had fun listening as I did making it. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, hit the bell, all of that shenanigans, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye. I know you're all hungry for a new outro, so while we all wait, I'll give it a bash, cause my videos hit you harder than a true charge slash.